Hello, and welcome back to a start of another week and another unit in our writing class. What we're looking at this week is what I am calling the calm before the storm. Don't feel threatened by that or scared, but do feel prepared as we talk through right now what's going to happen in the next weeks leading up to the end of the course. The illustration paper that you turned in maybe at 12 this morning, was the last of the regular papers for the coursework. Now we're working towards the final research paper, which is also going to serve as our final exam. So the research paper is the final exam. Okay, looking at how this all plays out, the college asks us to have a persuasive or problem-solving paper. So this final research paper is going to be that paper. This is also going to be the paper that goes into your portfolio. I believe that there's instructions on this within WebCT that you can look up, but this is your portfolio paper designating your completion successfully in this classwork. Okay, so here's how this all works together. If you look at the assignments due part of week 11, which is the week we're in, you're going to notice about 6 different essays. And these essays, all in some way or another, are analyzing sources or analyzing text. And I want you to see how they determine the validity of arguments and how they determine the appropriateness of certain texts and how they approach their argument. So these are sort of samples of just good, analysis of sources, and I want you to see that because you're going to be analyzing sources, deciding which ones to use, which ones to throw out. After you're done, you're going to choose a couple of those, I think 3 of them, and respond to them in the discussion board. That is the only assignment for this week. That's why I say it's the calm before the storm, because after that we really get rolling on research. The reason I purposefully made this week lighter is so that you could start thinking about a topic that interests you. Yes, you get to choose. Some of you have been clamoring for this. You get to choose a topic that you're interested in. My only stipulation in terms of topic choice is that it does have to be either persuasive or problem solving. So you can do a problem solution approach or a persuasive approach. This is slightly different than argument. It's going to, the purpose of persuasion is to move your reader to change. An argument analyzes, persuasion changes people, okay? We'll talk a little bit more about what goes into persuasion later, but how this all fits together then is next week, week 12, we have some readings from the textbook that talk about persuasive and research writing, and you're going to be doing your writing research proposal. This is where you put out a thesis and a writing plan, and we're excited. So by the end of next week, you're going to have all of your sources found, ideally. That's why I'm telling you now, so that in case you have a little extra leeway this week, you could, in essence, start the research process this week. But there's nothing due for it until next week. The following week, week 13, we're going to do a text exercise and work on some more research. It's a research week, basically, with 1 citation exercise thrown in. And then week 14, we have the draft and peer review. So basically, from now until week 14, week 11, we're doing just some sort of preliminary thoughts. Week 12, the proposal. Week 13, more research. Week 14, rough draft. Okay, that final draft is going to be turned in week 15. You'll look at the dates and it says November 28th to December 2nd. Yes, we still have 1 more week of class. I built in a week to give me time to give feedback to you so that you could polish your portfolio draft, and then basically December 5th through 9th is your turn to get that portfolio draft ready and make that your final research paper project, which is kind of like your exam. So hopefully you can kind of see how that's all going to roll together. Right now, again, your task is just to do what's for this week, but I want you to keep the big picture in mind as you work. Have a great week, and as always, write if you have questions. Bye-bye.